Hey there everyone, my name's Alyse. I just got 11th place at the remote Duel Extravaganza main event that just happened, that literally just ended after a long-ass 14-hour day. We are done, and I look like shit. I'm tired, I'm ready to go to bed, but I figured I would at least get this deck profile recorded now because I just want to get it done, and I know I'm gonna do a good job explaining it, so I don't know. So for the entire day, I was just memeing in the chat out of boredom, and I said I was playing Raye the deck, which Raye was by my side the entire time, but I don't know if you can really see that well, but while Raye was there, we played other cards. Let me show you. We played some blue cards. Yeah, so we played the Drytron Megalith deck. The only reason why is because it was between this and the Evil Twin Eldlik deck. So the reason why I decided to go with this is... So at first, I wasn't really comfortable with it. I didn't know combos. I played in a few Winamats and then like one local before that, and I was able to get myself to a point where I felt like I was comfortable enough with the deck. This deck is literally insane though. Like, it's... If you know what you're doing, you punish your opponents every time and you just win. Like, one of my two losses was uncontrollable. The other one, if I literally just played correctly, I would have won. And it sucks, but it's top 16. Doesn't matter what your placing is, let's be honest. But, before I get into that, I do have a couple shout-outs I want to give. First two shout-outs are very huge. Goes to Cody Angeloff and Jibriel. I don't remember how to pronounce your last name. I'm sorry, Jib. But Cody, I stole the base of the deck off of him, and I changed a few cards here and there. And then Jibriel helped me land on one of the best well, not really techs, but one of the best cards in my deck, which was Vanity's Ruler. I wasn't originally playing it. I was playing like an upstart, and he just theorized with me that, like, super last second, like right when I was ready to turn in my deck list, that it was just going to be like the card, and it just ended up being the card, and I'm so glad I played it. Other shout-outs, shout out to my girlfriend Brooke. She kept me sane this entire 14-hour ordeal. God, it was fucking annoying, but shout out to her. I couldn't have done it without you. I love you, babe. Shout out to Justin Singh for making me play this deck in the first place. It wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't shout out Justin, so I kind of have to. So, without further ado, I think that's kind of it. We'll just go into this. So we played 3 Thuban, or Alpha Thuban, whatever. I trade off what I call this card. 2 Zeta, 2 Gamma, and 2 Delta. I didn't play any of the one to get back a banished one. I just didn't feel like it was worth it, and that's still 9 Drytron names combined with the field spell and Nova. That's 15 names. That should be relatively enough. Oh yeah, also we have Cyber Emergency. That's 18 names. So I didn't feel like we needed more. I kind of wanted to bump this to 3, but at the end of the day, it just didn't make sense because it's so easy to still see the ritual spell, and I'd rather have a variation of the others because they all have really good effects. I was only playing 1 Gamma before. I'm so glad I bumped it to 2. Yeah, these cards are insane. And then for the Fairy Engine, we play 3 Ben 10, 1 Natasha, Manju, Chaos Valkyria, and Vanity's Ruler. So, like I said, this was a last-second choice. It won me a bunch of games in a state where I know they're better plays, and it let me get to a point where I just straight up won. So I think this card's super insane. The literal MVP of the deck, though, there's no other comparison. The best card of the deck is Cyber Angel Natasha. If you don't play this card, you're actually crazy. Like, this card's so insane. It wins literally, like, almost every game or match, unless, like, you just open Godly anyways. But, also, a lot of people always question me summoning the Chaos Valkyria, but the thing is, it also can't be a normal summoner set. Falls under Drytron restrictions. Easy peasy. And you'll notice that's the only fairies I played, because I decided instead of like the other Herald package and everything else, I was going to play a small Megalith engine. So I played 2 full, 2 Bethor, 1 Ophiel. The reason why I like this is it provided more interaction and going second ability. So your best end board, and usually it becomes a standard, is Appaloosa full, which gets you into Bethor, and then Abyss Dweller. That's usually enough to win the game, and the ability with these cards to go second so well, and just have follow-up plays for later, I think is super good. I think these cards are extremely underrated, and they add so much to the deck. I don't know if, like, Jesse Cotton won the event playing the Herald card, so it's probably better, but I think these cards are just insane, and you should definitely consider putting these in. I really like these cards a lot. And then for other random cards, the 1 Dawn Knight, because it's a combo piece. The last monsters in the main deck are 3 Ash Blossom. So I was deciding if I wanted to play any sort of hand traps or not. It was either play some hand traps or I just play other like Drytron names or something else. I felt like I wanted to at least have a little something hand trap wise. That way I could fit a little bit more into my side deck and make it feel less clogged. And Ash just felt like the most versatile hand trap overall when I'm expecting a field of like Eldlik and other slower decks. This just felt like the most versatile, even if it's not a blowout. But a lot of the times when I did just randomly Ash something, even against combo decks, it just happened to be enough and I could just play freely, which I think is super nice. So I'm definitely happy I played this card. This is one of the best cards in my main deck. So for the spell cards, the 3 ofs, we play the 3 Field Spell, 3 Nova, 3 Cyber Emergency, and 3 Preparation of Rites. You're crazy if you're not playing 3 of each. I could understand cutting Fafnir to 2 if, like, you played Terraforming, but why don't you just play Fafnir? All these cards are literally insane. Jesus. And then the random 1 ofs, 1 Medionis. I only felt like I needed 1. I was playing 2 originally, but it clogs your hand if you see it too much. Plus, then you use the utility of Zeta, so you're not getting as much consistency out of your deck. And I really like every time I saw it, but at the same time, you don't want to see it too much because it's so easily searchable. And then the 1 Foolish because it's a starter. And then the last card in my main deck was Call by the Grave. Because this card right here exists, it's so essential to play Call by. You need to be able to stop Droll, and like going first and stopping like their 1 hand trap when it gets to the point of like you're gonna put up your board anyways, I think it's super important. I think this card's just insane in general right now. You should play it if you can. But now we will go to the extra deck. So for Link 1s, play Link Haribo and Relinquished Anima. I didn't summon this that much, but the Link Haribo, you go into every single game. Link 2s, Union Carrier, Geonator, Transverser, IP, Cerberus, and Phoenix. The IP was slightly iffy. I would only make it normally if I got into weird game states or I couldn't make Appaloosa turn 1. Otherwise, all these cards are really nice. I never made this card once, but this card is insane. I wish I could have made it, but it's definitely one of the cards that could have been cuttable. But there's nothing else I was truly clamoring for that would have made a huge difference, I think, but I'm not completely sure. But that's it for the Link 2s. The 1 Link 3 is Unicorn. Like, I am playing the Cerberus, like, all these cards, like, the Cerberus and the Phoenix came up so much, especially with Zeus running around, and, like, helped with, like, Trident Pops. I don't know, these cards just overperformed, honestly. Appaloosa overperformed, Access Code overperformed, especially with Natasha. Like, your OTK potential is so huge that, like, you have to play this card. Then for XYZs, play Dweller, Tornado Dragon, Lyrilisk, Assembled Nightingale, Downard, and Zeus. So this is always trying to be part of my turn 1 board. This was in case like I played against a weird deck where Dweller wasn't as good against, but I never summoned this card. This was probably the most cuttable card in my extra deck. These cards were nuts, hands down. I lost 1 game because I didn't use Zeus when I should have because I overthought it, but this card's insane. It just gets you out of so much. You have to play it. Then the side deck, 3 Droll, you need to be able to beat the mirror. Like, this is the best card to beat the mirror. 3 Nibiru. It just felt most versatile against all the combo decks, and the only thing it loses to is, like, the Vanity's Ruler build, or, you know, if they play Herald, but if you time it right, it can be really good, and it's just good to have just in case, because sometimes baiting that negate is enough. And then played 3 Gamma and a Driver. I literally did not resolve this card once. This is probably the worst card in my side deck. I understand that you do need it, like, solely for Virtual World. I kind of wish this was Droplet instead, but I think if I played the Droplet instead, if I played against more Virtual World, which I only played against 1, this card would have mattered more, but it just, like, never came up, so it just wasn't really good, and it's just awkward in the deck, especially when, like, because you can't even use this card in your turn, so, like, it's honestly useless, but I don't know what to do instead right now. And then play the Duster and 3 Lightning Storm. So playing this instead of Twin, the main reason why is because of the Vanity's Ruler running around. So if I know they're playing that card, I'll always put this in against the mirror. That way, like, sure, they can have a potential negate, but it has the versatility that I would like. Plus, the absolute blowout against the back row decks is so important. And, I don't know. I was never disappointed in this being not Twin Twister, so it was fine. And then I played the 1 Reboot. Yeah, you have to. The card's nuts. So that is it for the deck profile. I'm not going to move the camera back. Yeah, I really like this deck a lot. I really like my main deck. This list was super solid for me. I would only make a couple changes in the side and extra, but I don't know. This shit was insane. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For 14 hours. I don't know why I'm still up, but hope you guys enjoy this. First Konami top after being unbanned. Woo! But alright, that's it for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye!